Who?
You.
Yeah, don't talk about her like that.
Don't talk about her like that.
Don't talk
You
to her
don't
about her
know
like
her like I know
that.
her.
She's
I
special.
don't
Hey,
give a fuck.
hey, you don't know her like I do.
You don't know her like I do.
See,
At least I can see what the fuck I'm doing.
Did it come out? See, he's getting excited. See, you got
I
him.
can see where I can stick my dick. Like, I'm gonna paint the picture here.
There you go. You wanted him excited. You got him.
I got him. John, your buns are easy to push.
So are yours.
Just bring up Serafina.
I'm gonna push your buttons there.
Yeah, he did.
He got mad as hell. All right, man.
What's this? Anamat?
Hey, what's this?
Okay, welcome back to another episode of Insightful Buffoonery.
Yes.
We're going to try to retake this one, but we would first like to give a shout out to Patch's Catering again. You have to stop by there. I believe it's down on 5th and 7th Street. Again, Patch's Catering. Check out the link below.
Check out the link.
Hey, just
Check
look
out
for
the
little
link.
Susie and you'll find
Yeah.
Patchy.
You'll find,
When you reach
you'll
Little
find Patch's
Susie-
Catering.
When you reach Little Susie, hook a left.
Yeah. Yo, when you-
5 midgets that are supposed to be in Wizard of Oz. I think you got the patches catered.
You got the Patch's Catering. So again, our guest today is going to be Richard. Richard, glad to have you here. And Gaza Strip Johnny. Johnny.
I have nothing else to do today, so
Oh, you had nothing else to do in your busy schedule.
not my itinerary.
Not on your itinerary. That's a good word.
Yeah,
Itinerary.
that was today's word. John and I
That-
practiced together.
Oh, you two practiced it.
I actually knew that word. I was headed
Once again, I spelt it
Oh,
and he said it.
Hold
So
on.
again, Johnny and Richard, his dad, were learning a new word, itinerary.
I actually knew that word. I was working on a new word.
Oh, what's the new word?
Fuck you.
Well, that's 3 words, but
No, it's one fucking word now.
that's one fucking
To a
word.
dyslexic, it's one long
fucking
word.
word. 8 syllables, 9
Now? Actually, it'll
vowels.
be 2 words. Fuck you, but I guess I counted as
Sick.
3.
You.
Because
Hey, if the Southern Confederates could have their own president, I can make my own fucking words up.
I didn't realize they did have a president, John. You brought that to my attention.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to that asshole.
He's probably dead by now.
Well, I know that, but I'm wondering, like, what happened during his presidency that was really short? I think it was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Probably a civil war was going on, and
We have a civil war now. Fucking Iron Man had a civil war.
right, but that's in the world of comics and Marvel.
Doesn't
That's
this
not
kind
in
of
the
sound
real
like
world.
something they did
Well,
when
they based it off, you idiot.
John would take a bath when he was little and
On
Uncle Jay would give him
the
a bath or
Civil
something?
War?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, again, that's in comics. That's in the movies. But a real Civil War is like in a third world country.
So why did they have Hitler in comics if that was just a comic book? You tell me Hitler was just a made-up motherfucker?
well, no, because your comics kind of derived from
Do you
during
know what
World
they're
War
speaking
II.
So why don't you
So-
believe what I just said about the Civil War?
Well, I didn't say I didn't believe it. I'm just saying.
You're really condescending.
okay.
Dang, condescending. That's
a
my
big
son
word.
right there.
There's
That's
another-
my son,
Ding,
condescending.
ding, there's another word.
That was my
condescending.
word of the day.
I think it's them
That's your
sunglasses.
word
What do you
of the
think,
day,
Josh?
John,
Condescending.
spell it.
Fuck.
Hey, condescending.
Condescending.
Wakanda.
Condescending.
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Sending.
It's probably
Wakanda.
Super.
Wakanda sending.
Wakanda sending? Okay. I got you there.
Okay. Boston
So,
Johnny.
Richard, you wanted to tell us a story. Could you elaborate on that?
This nigga doesn't believe in
I was
evolution.
reminiscing about one of the stories you told me about in Frogtown here.
Oh, okay. One of the stories. Is that probably when I met Egghead? Oh, no. Yeah, when I met
Fables?
Egghead?
Was it the Egghead? Isn't it the
Is
Egghead
it the
story?
Egghead story?
When you
I
got
think
jumped
so.
by almost a bunch of white
When-
people?
when-
Yeah, when I got almost
When
jumped.
Egghead
Yeah,
saved your
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when Egghead.
let's hear the
So,
story.
anyways,
I don't need to hear this.
the story is here in Frogtown. Didn't live in this neighborhood because back then it was a predominantly white, blue collar, working class
Fuck you,
neighborhood.
it's not.
And you lived where?
What's that?
Fuck you, it's not.
Yeah. So.
Wait, excuse me.
So
you,
at the
you
time,
lived where though at the time?
Oh, at the time I lived in Mount Airy.
Oh, okay.
Even better.
Yeah.
So then what were you doing here in this Frogtown neighborhood
Well,
that
Well,
late
you
at
did
night?
off the hill.
I was visiting a girlfriend. So
Getting some pussy got you almost killed.
well, yeah, actually getting some pussy
I
almost
hope
got
it
me
was
killed.
fucking worth it.
They're people and they
So
have
getting your
feelings
dick
too.
wet was
so
more
that-
important than your life.
Well, see, the
See,
thing
this
is
why you live
that
at your mother's house. You're worried about getting your dick wet. You're not worried about your actions.
well, I guess I was worried. I guess I wasn't worried, but I knew there was kind of a race
You're
war
like, let me
going
get my
on.
dick wet and let me see
So
what happens.
there's other stories that
so
intertwine
you
with
thought
this.
race war, what could go wrong?
Right.
What could go wrong walking
But
in
I
a white
kind of knew I had
neighborhood?
to be aware of my surroundings.
And why was there a race war?
Because like the previous week before, a kid named Jimmy Strand got shot by
Rest in peace, Jimmy.
I bet
rest in
Jimmy
peace,
was
Jimmy
black,
Strand.
right?
What's that?
Was Jimmy black?
No, Jimmy was a white kid who
was he
just got
shot
out
by-
of treatment.
So was he
who
shot
got-
by a black guy?
He was shot by a black guy who belonged to like a gang
Right up the
called
street,
Vice.
right?
It was actually on the stairs of St. Agnes.
A Mo shot him?
Which is one
Yep,
block
shot
away.
him with the
A Mo
357
shot
Magnum.
him. Wow.
For a radio.
For a
So,
radio.
anyways, the
was it a big
previous
radio
week,
that goes on your shoulder, or was it like a radio that goes on
I
your
think
car?
it could have been since it was the 80s.
It was
So
called
those
a
boom
boom
box-
box.
A boom
So
box.
a boom box.
Yeah, those are
Wow.
distinct.
So somebody killed somebody over a relic.
Right.
But not a relic at the time.
Right, exactly.
Obviously, the high-tech device that's fucking big as
I
fuck.
mean, people get killed over Jordans. So.
Yeah, people in the 80s got killed over
Josh,
Jordans.
I'd sell you for a pair of Jordans.
Into slavery?
No, just to anybody.
I wouldn't
yeah.
even sell you.
So he would be somebody's sex toy?
Probably.
I'll just let you go for
Jordans?
free.
I don't give a fuck what
They would be
happens.
doing me a favor and taking you.
Hey, whose man's is that? He said he'd do favors for Jordans. That's your
That's
man's?
Sean.
That's your man's?
That's your son.
That's your man's?
That's your son. He came
That's
from
your
you.
son.
Hey,
He
what do
said
you-
he does favors
Hey,
for
what do you think he'll
Jordans.
do for a Klondike bar?
Ooh, I don't want to know what you do.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
pretty
what
low if you can
He'll
get
poke
Jordans.
Winnie the Pooh.
Why the fuck would you do something for a Klondike bar? That's $1.50.
So you're
know, John.
kind of like telling us your price based.
Hey,
Right,
isn't,
right.
hold on. Isn't John the same one that says if someone tells you to suck a dick, you're gonna sit there and go, "Oh my gosh, I gotta suck a dick."
Oh my god.
You're not gonna tell anyone.
I have to suck a dick.
Oh my god. He told me to suck a dick.
You look like you sucked a couple dicks.
Oh jeez.
You look like the guy in the bathroom like,
Hey man. I don't know.
I slipped a 50 in his hole. What the fuck?
I don't know, man. With them glasses on, either you look Palestinian or.
Yeah, I
kinda
don't know-
looks like
I don't know what you're
Oh,
thinking right
man.
now.
over here.
All right.
Y'all just kept me out.
Oh, there's
No,
Uncle
we
C.
didn't.
We just kept you out the loop?
Uncle
Yes,
CT.
precisely. You caught us.
No, we
You
didn't.
caught us.
So-
You caught us red-handed.
So apparently we have another
Isn't he
guest.
like the-
Little Chuck.
Isn't he like the Norm of Cheers?
Well, Gary,
Hey,
Gary.
He's-
Hey,
if-
Gary.
If Norm
Gary
had...
just stopped in to see.
See what was going on.
everybody's
Well,
doing.
Gary, your scheduling is off. You're due for tomorrow for an episode. So, Dad, your beef with evolution and how it's not real. Why?
Because he doesn't believe two salamanders fucked and made a human.
I just can't fathom how you would rather choose that. And I'm not knocking no one's beliefs
First of
or
all-
Right.
senseless beliefs or anything, but
Hey, it's just easier to believe that some guy walked around and
First
said,
of
it's
all,
"Oh,
easier
you
to
got it."
believe that
He's like,
God
yeah, I believe you.
made a man and a woman. And
You
instantly,
swung me there, man.
They were just walking around.
It's like how Trump runs around. I'm the
dinosaurs.
president.
Well, I wish we could show the little clips that you showed me
We can. We'll
at the same
insert
time
those.
as the show, and then these
He
guys
wants to see
are
the two
saying
salamanders
that,
you said that fucked and made a
we
human.
went from like a little organism
Correct.
to three organisms
Correct.
and kept growing and growing. And then we ended up being a little tadpole. Well, anyways, they're saying, or they think we went from
No beer in
a
the fridge,
salamander to a tree. What was it? Some kind of, not a leopard.
Okay, so first off, he has everything
Backwards?
backwards.
Okay.
And
How do I have everything backwards?
you're making it sound like they're saying we just went from this to
No,
that
no,
to
no,
that
no,
to
no,
that.
no. Over millions of years, we went from one organism.
Yes.
Then we went to two,
A
then three.
single cell.
A single
A
cell.
single
Organism.
cell organism.
Did they have sickle cell there
Single
too?
cell. So
No,
from
not
a
yet.
single cell, we evolved to a monkey. Correct?
An ape-like creature.
I think you
Oh, now
just
it's
skipped.
ape-like.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, the door.
I don't know how
In
else to
Josh's
describe
case, it would
that.
be a gorilla ape.
And then we became what is it?
gorilla.
John,
like-
John, I don't need any scientific input from you because you tell me the reason why cups or ice in cups melt is because of global warming. I don't need
Is it-
any nonsense from you. From
Is that not true? Is that not true?
I don't need no nonsense.
When the
from
polar
you.
caps melt,
If
ain't it
anything-
from global warming?
No, you said a glass of ice water is the only reason why it's melting is because of global warming.
It's true. It's because it's
Hey,
warm
I think
outside.
it's just
that's
Abdullah
not
Oblongata.
Yeah.
Well, ain't that warm enough?
So Richard's thing
Anything
is,
scientific, John, I don't think we should take from you.
Yeah, we're not
coming from the
taking
guy
it.
that said, you know, the Homo sapiens and the fucking hermaphrodites and the transsexuals.
I don't know what he said.
I
but,
don't know.
Whose man's is that?
That's your
That's your
son.
man?
man
That's
said-
Josh coming to me saying, oh, guess what? Unsolved Mysteries is back.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
What does that got
He
to
did.
do with?
Hey, he was so excited his eye went straight.
Yeah. he gained the site to find Netflix on his phone, too. It was fucking amazing.
It was.
It was like
Hold
Jesus
on,
coming
so
back.
I kind of got lost here. So Richard was saying that a
Wait,
single
wait,
cell
Jimmy
organism
Strand. We went from- how come
could
we went from
evolve
Jimmy
after
Strand to-
million of years into something else that crawled out of the ocean,
That's why it's fun.
and then
Tie it right here.
when it crawled out of the ocean, that
Now when you speak, it should be here.
evolved into something else with 2 legs, 2 arms, and then that evolved into something else. So we're talking like not just hundreds of years, but millions of years of evolution.
That's a lot of years.
And that's a lot of years. So the planet is much older than we probably
Are you telling me
think.
the Flintstones
Yes.
was fucking wrong?
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure the Flintstones were pretty
There wasn't
wrong.
You
no
telling
cavemen
me-
walking
I'm
around
pretty
with
sure
dinosaurs.
they didn't move cars with their feet.
What do you mean? There was no dinosaurs?
Well, I didn't.
What?
You just said there was no cavemen walking around with
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
cavemen were not walking around with dinosaurs.
Well, I don't
Cavemen
know.
come-
That's up for debate. I mean, there's
cavemen
some
came
people
much
that.
There had to
later
be.
than
There had to be an
dinosaurs.
overlap.
No, whoa,
Then-
there is no that's up for debate.
Well, it
Yeah.
is sort of up for
There
debate.
had to be.
Where have they found a caveman body as old as a dinosaur? Boom.
Well, they haven't found.
Why haven't
that.
they not
So
found?
then
But
that's
they
not
found
up for debate.
footprints and rocks that were as old.
Where's
and
this?
they have found.
Show me
like,
the Carfax.
Well,
I call bullshit.
What
I can't
footprints?
do that because of mine.
Oh, well, then I definitely call bullshit.
Okay.
How about run tell that?
Yeah, run and tell that.
Run and
Coming
tell
from
that.
Josh, he's like a
What the
Homo
fuck does that
sapien.
mean?
A Homo sapien came from a
you say,
Slenderman dude
what
that
does that
fucked the
mean?
mole.
Yeah, run and tell that.
Yeah, no,
Run
and
tell that.
Run and tell that.
What kind of English is that?
Run and tell that.
Where are you running and who are you telling?
Oh, could you just say it that way?
No,
No.
run and tell that, motherfucker.
Run and tell that.
Nigga, you don't understand?
No, I didn't understand that. My
you know I
brain.
speak
Hey.
it in English.
That's what that's what John usually says to you before you go tell his mom. Run tell that.
Run and tell that. Who the fuck speaks that way?
You, obviously.
Well, obviously not.
Everybody.
Really?
Kevin
So,
Hart.
anyways, there are some. Maybe they could be hoaxes, a hoax or something.
Are you sure? Are you sure he's not from an alien test tube and he just said, you know what, I'm gonna swash this around.
Hey, you
So
know what?
somebody
was
That's
bored
a
and said-
possibility.
Let me just throw it into a fucking monkey and let's just see what incubates.
Let's see what incubates. There you go. That's a good word too.
Okay, but was this footprints
Are you
in
taking
a
him a fucking
stone that was
retard?
dated, or
They could've-
like
it could've
DNA
been
from
in
the
mud, then it
footprints,
was-
or
they fossilized into stone, but then they found like
it's the
other
bone.
various
It's
things.
the calcium
like,
in your bone that causes the fossil.
say what?
The calcium in your bone causes the fossil.
Is there any
Right,
proof to this?
fossilized.
Yeah, it's not the mud like
I
you
don't
just
know.
said.
I don't know if I can take anything from
But
John
I'm
as
just talking
fact.
about a
I learned that
footprint,
from
not
Jurassic Park, so
bones.
fuck you.
Okay.
nigga.
So, anyways, to answer what you're saying,
John Hammond
like
said,
somebody
if I
found a
had this
rock,
fucking
and
fly,
inside that rock,
I
they
got
cut
some
it
dino
open,
juice in it.
and they found which looks like to be some type of spark plug. You know, it has metal in it. Then they found things that are aluminum. That
What
are
about the first ancient computer?
well, the first ancient computer was the one that they found in that sea, the Antikythera.
Antichris?
Oh.
Antikythera
God.
off the island of Greece. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing
So
it correctly.
Icarus did
Pretty
fly
sure.
too close to the sun.
But that's kind of amazing that they found this gear-like device, and it was at the bottom of the sea.
Are
by
you sure
this
some
island.
nigga just didn't dig a hole and just
You're
plant
looking
it?
like you never heard of this.
I never heard this.
Wow.
But you just said a computer, right?
kinda
Well,
turn
it's
the mic with
actually like a primitive
Jay.
computer, but it has gears and
Jay,
cogs.
kinda-
in it.
Maybe
Kinda
it
bring
was
the mic
used
with
for
you.
navigation. That's why it was found in the sea.
Maybe Leonardo da Vinci fucking
Well, they
made
don't
it.
know. Maybe it could have been on a boat that got shipwrecked.
Maybe it was their
And then-
compass.
It could have been an ancient compass. Who knows? But the
An
question
ancient
is,
backwards
but
compass?
Richard, the
But you're
question
trying to
is
say
that,
it's a computer.
Well, that's what some scientists were believing it to
But the
be.
question is that how something so old with cogs and wheels be made then?
You never heard of Da Vinci?
Well, right, but does somebody just wake up one morning and say, "Hey, I got a great fucking idea.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
make a
Tesla
sprocket.
did.
Yeah, I got a great idea to make a sprocket."
Isn't that
You know?
how all
Did-
great ideas?
Did Tesla wake
Right,
up and
but
say,
where-
I'm going to pull
but
energy
a
out
lot
the
of great
sky?
ideas come from learning something. You learn it from somebody.
Tesla brought
and then
energy
that-
out the fucking
No.
sky to give you wireless charging.
Right, but Tesla went to a university,
And
a
he didn't have
college
any of
to
that.
learn.
Yeah,
and
he had
then
two options.
has
It was either
ideas.
become a priest that touches little boys or become a scientist who
So does
touches
one
nobody.
wake up and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna plow the fields to plant my seeds."
Pretty much, yeah.
But
so,
is
are you talking about your
something
dick?
not-
You just woke up one day and said, I'm just going to plow this field right here, plant my seed.
Okay, well, obviously.
See, JJ kind of gets a little
That's very vulgar.
different when you call
Okay,
him
that's
bullshit.
very-
Bullshit.
So, anyways, my question is like, when you learn something and then you have an idea, it's because you learned something, and then that turns into an idea to do something.
But somebody doesn't necessarily
You
have
just
to
don't
teach
know-
you.
Well, then how do you learn something? How did you tie your shoes? How did you learn to tie your
Wouldn't it
shoes?
be called?
Trial and error.
How about
Oh, so he just
you learn to adapt?
You learn to.
again. How did you learn to tie your shoes? Somebody taught you. How did you learn
I-
to walk?
By watching, yeah.
Okay, then in ancient times.
So you thought
when they-
you think somebody would have to teach him how to make a stick and a spear to?
well, things
Yeah.
are taught.
I mean,
Things are
there's your
learned.
tools. You're outside. You see a rock.
I don't know. There's just some monkeys.
How did you learn how to make milk?
I fucking just had the process in me. I said, Jesus, show me the way. Obviously, that's how your brother found out milk was. He sucked out my grandmother's titties and milk popped out.
Oh, man.
So apparently, that's how he found his
I'm
milk.
guessing that might get edited.
That's getting at it.
And he's still drinking that milk.
And it's expired a long time ago.
That's getting edited out.
Oh
It
man.
even had radiology treatment.
Oh
Hey, maybe that's why his neck's so big.
Now he took it to the level right there.
so
Blame your grandma.
anyway,
He didn't turn into the Incredible Hulk. He turned into G Money,
he turned into G Money.
not David Banner,
not David Banner, but
not Puny Hulk. He's like,
Frogtown G Money.
that's scarier.
Hey, that's his helicopter we hear.
Oh, come to
Actually, that's the Don. He's gonna come meet with his
that's the
secretary.
G Money
That's the
helicopter.
helicopter.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she have a grab-
Gonna take him to McDonald's.
I'm already Marcus. I know what to cut out.
Oh man.
Yeah, thank you.
Jesus.
G
John.
Money, your helicopter's on his way. Take you to Mickey.
Hey, I think
D's.
they're gonna throw him a ladder.
He's gonna hold on to it like a '90s TV show.
He's
on the
black
side.
belt. He can climb that ladder.
Gonna throw him a, yeah, he's a black belt. He could just grab that
He's
ladder.
looking like the Joker out of 1960s Batman climbing it up. Going,
Oh, yeah.
bam! Shit!
Get whisked away
Yep.
into the clouds.
What
He
is
even
it?
has his picture on the side of the helicopter.
His Mount Airy Batman costume.
Oh shit!
I hope that's someone.
Oh, yeah, that was
I hope that's
fireworks.
someone just getting murdered.
Everybody kind of stopped. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
might be-
Frogtown.
yeah, that's Mr. Hung.
You know,
That's someone
sometimes
just
you just
getting
don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, sometimes you
Mr.
just
Hung.
don't-
I heard a story about Mr. Hung one summer. Allegedly, he punched some big fat neck
Oh yeah,
kid
Mr.
or
Hung
something.
came over here,
Some disabled
Flash
kid.
in the eye.
quite inebriated,
And what happened?
and we're talking, and I don't know how the conversation went, but then
That's right.
then Mr. Hung turned.
Some Mexican that's about 6'2" got there, huh?
Yeah, then Mr. Hung kind of
Well,
like threw one
well.
on somebody's chin.
What happened was he was a little drunk. He saw the punching bag, and for some reason he asked if I knew karate
Yeah,
or kung fu. I think it was kung fu.
Shaolin
Which-
Kung Fu.
I don't know where he would think
Well,
I know
he
kung
was
fu.
he was a bit inebriated.
And
And
your
he
uncle's
was like-
running around that tank.
he was
I
like,
taught
yeah.
everybody in this garage kung fu. Bullshit, nigga. You taught us how to open beer cans.
Oh, damn.
So he was like, "My kids know kung fu." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then he started like trying to show me kung fu while he was drunk, and,
Well, that's what you get for staring at his daughter, and he probably caught
and
you.
he threw a punch, and he hit me, and
And what'd you do?
well,
Did it stung you?
no, it didn't really. Sting.
Oh.
I just kind
Hey,
of
did it stung him? It sting him?
no.
No, he actually, I didn't even.
G
I
Money,
think
were
I
you there?
seen when he did it. You just kind of looked at him like,
just
"Yeah, what
thought-
the fuck's wrong with you?"
I kind of in my head tried to process it as best I could.
Did
And,
Mr. Hung just punch me?
yeah.
yeah, and it looked like he didn't even realize he did.
Oh, he didn't realize he did. He's like,
Because-
that's for staring at my daughter, bitch.
My,
Right.
my
Oh,
hands, my hands
Wasn't that
balled
one of
up,
the
Yeah.
and I was getting ready. But then I kind of looked at Jay, and then Jay's looking at me, and he's like,
Yeah.
Jay looked at me and said, "Don't do
He
it."
said, down, Igor. Igor, down.
So I looked, and I just kind of breathed in, and I was like, "Oh, that's okay, that's cool," and kind of went about.
So that was the
and
second
then
time.
I walked him home.
Yeah.
Right. Then you walked the drunk dude home.
I walked him home. So,
So
if
instead of
anything,
grabbing
that
him by
just
the
shows
neck, saying, "Come
that
on, little
I have
man."
great restraint.
Did you?
That shows he just
Hey, did you
ripped
whisper in his ear?
No, I don't know about that.
I have great restraint.
I remember when you came over to my place when I lived over in White Bear, and I think you choked the little kid because he wouldn't leave you alone.
Okay,
In
first
the
off,
bathtub, too, I believe.
What?
I wasn't in the bathtub.
What?
I don't know what this dude.
Hey,
talking about.
hey, John said that was my story.
That sounds like that was John's.
Yeah, that was John's story. He said, "Oh, wait."
John, oh yeah, you remember we were in the bathtub. Nah, we were naked. I had nothing to do with that.
We had that glove that you soap up.
Hey, first of all, I kept telling him to quit talking shit. He wanted to keep talking shit, so I choked his little ass.
You're like 5.
I was like the same age as him, so it ain't like it's bad.
The same age, but not same size. I bet.
Yeah.
Nah, hey man, he acted like he acted like he was.
Oh, you acted like Mr. Hung back then, huh?
He acted like he was.
So
that guy.
the other time that you got punched in the jaw
Like,
was by little Gary.
Oh yeah.
They were
And
like 5 years old.
Yes, I've been punched in the face by
By who?
By my own cousin. Be your own people's.
it'd be your
I
own
thought
people.
Goon Chacho punched you.
The Gooch, yes.
The Gooch?
That was
fucking
pre
cocked back,
Gooch.
Superman jumped and fucking.
Oh, was it like that?
It was pre Gooch. No, what happened was we were boxing outside
Yeah.
with gloves on,
Yeah.
and we were play fighting, and I had hit him in his chest, and he fell right.
Mhm.
And this is when he was with Tina at the time, and she was all like ready to go, and I think she might have been drunk too. So she was like, "Gary, let's go," like that. So I stopped.
Oh, I remember this bitch telling me I have to go. So.
Yeah. So I had stopped, and
Then
I
you
had
punched
looked.
Josh.
I looked away.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I as I'm looking back, I see Gary getting up, and he did this whole 360 spin thing, and he just clocked me in the jaw. And actually now,
Let's hear
I don't know
it.
if you can hear it.
Let's see.
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah,
we
that
pick it
little
up.
flicky
Look at.
nose.
Hey, I put my ear to
Let me hear him with.
through the mic.
If it picked
Don't
it
you hear
up,
my sight leaving me?
That's fucked up.
if it picked
And my
it
jaw
up,
click
Huh?
backs?
if the mic picked it up, you'll hear it. But ever since then, now my jaw cracks
Josh,
whenever I open it.
And
I
I
chased him down.
And I see your sight.
I
leaving.
chased him down, and Tina was pulling off, and he jumped through the window, the passenger side window, got
I
in.
said, go, go, go.
And as he was leaving, he said, "I'm out, bitch."
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But he didn't remember punching me because I think John called him the next day and said, "Hey, man, if you get here, like
Tense up.
you're probably gonna get hit, but just take the punch."
He's like, but why?
So John called him and said, "Hey man, do you remember punching
That's
Josh?"
when we had the boxing match.
No, that was the boxing match was after.
I thought it, yeah.
But
after he
I guess I can take away that we were play fighting again in the basement,
Right.
And there was witnesses. John was there, Caprice was there.
You
Trying to
niggas
think
woke me up
who
to
else
some
was there?
fucking bullshit.
And me and little Gary were boxing, and I had stepped back, so he tried to come forward. As he was coming forward, I connected with a right. Hey man, the man flew out his shoes. He landed on it. No, both shoes. He landed on the ground.
Cause I was there.
Hey,
It
no,
was
both
one
This
shoe.
dude's there wiping crust out his eye, talking about
It
I
was
seen
one
it
shoe,
all.
'cause I seen it all. That shit
This
was
dude
funny.
came out.
John
his
said, "I
shoes.
seen it all."
Hey, Jay.
He wasn't just rusty.
Speaking of crust in his eye, I remember that there was a time where
Dry saliva.
I heard John whack you with a stick, and you didn't do anything.
Oh, I don't
When he
know
whacked me with a
about
stick.
that.
Yeah. Or was it John? Remember he jumped on your bed and you told him,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He
and you
hit
was
me,
about to kill him, John?
He hit me in the back with the peg.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
to the bed or whatever.
John gets-
John
Look
was
at John's
angry.
looking like I did what? Look at
I was playing with him.
Look at you don't remember.
John would do things out of spite and anger. Because when you see John bite his lip, like, yeah.
Hey, he's like the Three
Show the
Stooges.
camera,
Whoa!
show the camera the face.
Well, you
Hey.
have to charge up to go.
He's like the
Super
Three
Saiyan
Stooges,
tomorrow.
huh? Whoa!
Yeah.
And John hit him, and I told Josh to, "Hey man, calm down."
I might
Who are
have
you?
socked
People
him.
Calm down.
Well,
motherfucker.
your little brother's about to whoop your ass.
I
man.
might have socked him. I might have
would've-
kicked his very expensive
Oh,
marble
when he
table.
When he hit me.
when he
Yeah.
karate chopped
He hit
you.
me in my neck.
So John thought it'd be
Wait,
funny.
but I also heard after John whacked him, Josh said he couldn't walk for 2 days. Is that true?
Yeah.
No, that's definitely
No.
not true.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
Hey,
I
that's
don't
what
know
John said.
buffoonery
That's
you're
what
trying
John
to
said. Hey, John said he couldn't walk for 2 days. He said, I'll bust him again for
no.
another 2 days.
John might not have been able to walk for 2 days.
I can always walk.
Again, I held great restraint.
Yep, you did. You
You
should
that-
have
I've been working
Hey.
on my anger, processing, and I've come a long way.
So,
So, John, I got a
give you my
question.
soul and my
Hey.
blood.
he
John,
would,
I got a question.
What?
When you were working at the milk company, why did you turn those valves on or whatever, and all that cream exploded in your face.
Why did you get creamed in the face?
Hey, I think your man's likes
What
that.
led up to
I
that?
think
What-
your man's like
What
that.
did you do
John
that
liked
was caught on
it.
video that you opened up those valves?
Are you OSHA?
And open it. Hey, Jay, and open his mouth at the same time.
That you opened up those compressed valves to hold the cream, and then you released all that cream.
You ever heard of a learning experience?
Yeah.
Have you had a job long enough to learn something new?
Right, yeah.
John said it said turn valves and open mouth.
They said turn valves and just hope that
John
shit
said,
don't explode.
"Open wide."
Open wide.
He's already gone.
I practiced my whole life for it.
So what did you take from the milk company, John?
Nothing.
Nothing besides crates.
Nothing.
Oh man.
Josh, when he was working at the milk company, he was putting in mad hours too, huh?
They worked him like a Hebrew slave.
They did. He's not even Jewish.
He's not. Well, he's close to it.
Well, yeah, I think he looks more Palestinian than Jew.
Well, tomato, tomato.
Well, when they kept giving you a raise, like $1 here, $1 there, when they just every time you come with
Yeah.
a complaint, you're just gonna be like,
Hey, he
fuck
does
it.
look like
He
one
said,
of them guys.
He said, Jay, when you actually stay at a job long enough, that's what working looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't just go there. Hey, my name is
Controversy.
Jerry.
well, for him staying there as long as he did, he didn't look very good because
He was very dedicated.
as I can recall, every morning he looked very fucking worn out and tired.
Well, you would too, working 12 hours.
Right,
You could barely
right.
work 5.
John, they said John was their number one milker.
I don't mean to.
Nigga, fuck you. You don't even have enough job experience to ask me a question.
Uncle
Does
CT.
anybody know why they were protesting on the freeway?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
So
No, that
today,
No, I think that's what it was.
Ah,
on
fuck
our
you, probably is
on the
always
podcast on 94, if anyone's watching the news, today's what day is today?
The
Nobody
first?
got their
The
phone
first?
on?
The first?
Okay,
Second.
It's the first, motherfucker.
August the 1st of the month. Today on 94.
Is it the second? Nigga, of January?
So, anyways,
Uncle CT
there's
doesn't know what
protests
day it
going
is.
on 94.
He's like, when did it
Apparently,
get all
we're
warm? I
not
thought
really
it was
quite
still
sure
snowing.
who it is or what they're protesting. But again, there's a lot of protesting going on 94. So tune in to your local news channel.
It's probably not gonna be on the local news channel because it's in Minnesota. You have to probably turn to CNN or Fox News.
Well, I know
Or
they got
Fox
it.
News.
You know.
Well,
But I was just trying to find
no, we don't.
Turn
we
it
don't-
to your
we don't know
local
what's
news
going
channel
on.
and watch his protest on
What are you
94.
laughing about, Richard?
Nigga, I live
It's
in.
not going to be on your local channel, but it's in St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Right, I didn't say that. He did.
No, you did.
No, it would be on your local. I told you.
Hey, go on
I
Web
told the
TV
viewers
and
to
you'll be able
So
to
if
tune
I
find
in.
lived in Las Vegas, I could turn to my local news channel.
Well,
and
who
see
the
a
fuck's gonna be in
protest.
Las Vegas listening
It's
to
a
this?
podcast.
Anyway,
Niggas listen
the
from
question
everywhere.
was, does anybody know why they were protesting?
Black
No,
Lives
but
Matter.
I thought
Black
we
Lives
answered
Matter.
that.
I'm guessing.
Black Lives Matter. If not, Antifa.
Unfair treatment.
I think it was black belts against yellow belts.
They're trying to schedule the defeat.
protesting on 94.
You got a bunch of niggas pissing
I think
on
it's
us.
yellow belts
Somebody
protesting the money.
Yeah.
Protesting the
Somebody-
$10.
Somebody
So-
to pay their intermission fee.
So back to you nearly being killed in a race war.
I thought it was
like
Okay,
St.
so
Paul?
anyways,
8 days
I used to
ago.
hang out with these
Rest
with
in
these
peace
guys.
to who? Jimmy. What?
Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy Strange.
Do you remember?
I totally forgot.
You just forgot
I
his
just
name?
totally forgot.
Why were you spelling
Jimmy
your
Strange. Totally.
He went like
So
He's like Jimmy Walker. I
and
like
then he
that.
forgot
I
what he
like
was
that.
talking
He's
about,
Jimmy
huh?
Walker.
He said,
So
Mubo.
anyways, I used to hang out
He
with
said,
the
Mubo, we got to give you a bath.
So tell me, you're drinking with your pal Johnny Walker?
No, with the Plumleys, I used to get high with.
Plumlee.
So I used to go down to the Plumleys.
So you
Ron
got
and
some
Bob
pussies and you walked to
Plumlee.
some nigga's house
So,
named
anyways,
Plumlee.
went down there to buy
Everybody you
some
hung out
weed.
with had a nefarious type name.
And I bet you gave
Ron and
people
Bob, Ron and Bob Plumlee.
Yeah.
Hey
What they
man.
call him, Blockhead?
Well, Blockhead was Matt Coughlin's older
So
brother.
did he actually have a block for a
He
head?
kind of his head was shaped like a block, and I guess when I was
Damn,
over there
he
one
must have
day,
tore his mother up.
his uncle was there, and I think
Boy, they call you
I think
butter.
I think
I don't
Anthony
get
Oliver
butter.
said, "Hey Blockhead, how'd you get the name
It's an
Blockhead?"
inside joke that you'll
Because
never
we're all kind of
understand,
curious.
sir.
And his uncle said because that dumb shit put his head through the window, and then when he said that, he said that's why we call him a blockhead.
Blockhead was Archie Bunker's
He did
son-in-law.
something very stupid.
To
I
earn
guess-
that nickname.
Right. So when you were young back in the day, you can't give yourself a nickname. That name
Okay,
pretty much is
all right,
given to you by
you're
somebody
going
else.
off far from.
So, anyways, I used to hang out with Ron and Bob
What you
Plum.
talking about?
I don't know. I thought we were talking about why he was almost killed.
So,
but
anyways, I went down to
I
buy
thought we were talking about evolution
some weed,
before that.
and I bought the last
technically
of
we're
it.
talking about this.
So this dude came up and he said, "Hey, Ron, you got any weed?" And he's like, "No, I just sold it to JJ." And I was like, "Hey, here you go." So I gave him some. He's like, "Oh man, you're real cool, dude." I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, who's that?" And he says, "Egghead." And then so I went home, blah blah blah. So that
Egghead.
following week, went to go get see the girlfriend. So I came down the alley. Then when I went back home, I had to go back down the alley, down by towards Shepherd Playground by the Little Red Schoolhouse. They call it the Little Red Schoolhouse because
Little Red
Indians,
Schoolhouse.
because Indians went there and it was red. So,
It's not
so
because
as I
the
was
Little
walking
Red-
down by the Little Red Schoolhouse,
So it's
there was a
just not
party
because
going
it's
on.
red.
I could hear the KQRS music going on, and all of a sudden I hear somebody say, "Yeah, get that fucker." So I looked and I started running towards Shepherd Playground. Got about a block
Jay
or
was
so.
around for a black person at the time.
So I
like that,
stopped.
man?
I grabbed a bottle. I broke it. Turned around. Must have been about 30 white dudes
So, are you
that
from
surrounded
Greece?
me.
Are you from Greece or something? You seen that in the movie Greece?
Well,
You-
let
Let
me
me
No.
break this and go,
I wish it was that fucking.
What's that?
Why that story happened is because they killed a black kid over his boombox.
No.
No, it was a white kid, Jimmy Strand.
Was it Jimmy Strand?
Jimmy Strand got shot by
He already
by over his boombox.
he
by-
already gave us the backstory.
right.
I think
So
so. We need to go
anyways,
home.
They surrounded me,
Yes, you
and
did.
then
Black
and then when they did,
because he gets his black
when they
belt.
say, "Have you ever seen your life flash before
Yeah.
your eyes?"
That ended off.
I literally saw that because I could see my mom crying that I wasn't coming home.
Are you sure
But-
she wasn't crying from working so hard?
Right, she could have been that, but
She was working so hard to see what she became. Nothing.
right.
Now she has
So
to pay for a
then,
casket
out of
for
the
a
crowd
motherfucker.
was Egghead, and he comes out of the crowd and goes, "Oh no, this dude's cool. This dude's cool." I was like, "What's up, Egghead?"
You're cool.
And then he's like, and they're like, "Egghead, you know him?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Egghead,
sold me some weed."
I'll see you down at the Plumleys." So when I said that, they all looked at me and they all started walking away. So
Did you
that
drop-
was
did,
it.
Did you drop
So
her,
the
did you
I
drop
guess
her half broken bottle too after that, or did
What's
you just
that?
keep that in your hand?
no, I dropped that and count my blessings. But I guess the moral of the story is also be nice to people who you meet because you never know when that motherfucker might save your life. So
Wise
that's about the
words.
moral of that story.
That's
But
why I treat
yeah,
everyone
That's
like a
probably
person.
the only thing he said that made sense to me.
That's the
In all
only.
the years I've known him.
That's the only profound shit you've ever
He's like,
said.
well, I'm about to give him a hug. Hey, what? Come here, man.
But behind his back, he talks mad shit about
Hey, you
everybody.
made me cry. You made me
the
cry.
moral of the
man is
story
druggy or
would
that guy's a
be nice to
lowlife.
motherfuckers because you never know when that motherfucker might
To their
come
face,
out of a
right?
crowd to save you.
He's gonna be nice to their face, but once they turn the back, he's like, man, that dude's a fucking druggie.
Right? That motherfucker's a fucking druggie, a
But he's like, oh, what's
drughead.
up, man? I got much respect for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, that was back in the '80s. A lot of things, because even when you went to Washington on Rice Street, a lot of racism growing up. A lot of Rice Streeters didn't like people of color walking down the street. Exactly.
Well, they
You
didn't
know?
want someone
I think
coming
they
in
were
and fucking
scared
their
of
sister.
midgets.
They're scared of
They were
me.
confused about, is he black? Is he Mexican?
Yeah, what
the
is
fuck?
he?
Now he knows
Mexicans-
kung fu?
Mexicans-
What is he, a Chinaman?
Mexicans kind of like we're like I
like
guess
grease your haircut,
like in
you
between.
throwing
We
kicks.
weren't white, we weren't black.
Right.
We're like in the middle, so
Break
they didn't know
dancing on
we.
his fucking head?
You know,
What the
He
fuck
looks
is
like
he?
how to
Speedy.
take.
He looks like
You
Speedy
know?
That's why
Gonzalez,
you
but
scared the
kicks like
Russians.
Bruce
They didn't know
Lee.
what culture
Right,
he was.
right.
You know what's really funny? Because I'm listening to John say all these words and that, and he was still a sperm in your sack.
That he let go on your sister.
No.
Just
Bam.
punching your ball sacks. Hey, like,
He really never experienced.
So
nothing
you're
like
saying his brother or sister was released before him
Can you
for
imagine
practice,
Johnny?
right?
Let me out.
John was in Rick's balls. Ain't let
So I killed your brother or sister while I was practicing.
Most dead, probably.
Wow, I never thought about that. Man. Hey, I would have had a lot
be
of
the way
kids.
he acts today. So John looks dumbfounded.
I'm an outstanding member of society.
You are an outstanding
I can
member.
register and get a gun. Can you get a handgun?
You are an outstanding
No, I can't.
I
scumbag.
don't think
Well,
he
you and my
really
friend are fucked up.
Hey, but he didn't say, "Hey, uncle, can you help me fill out the application?"
I just give him my ID, so don't worry about it. Run it. I got no
Hey,
felons.
Uncle.
Question one says,
Uncle,
"What?"
Uncle, I don't know why this crayon's not writing right.
I'll use a marker. Why would I use a crayon?
I use a marker.
Look professional. What
Hey, the
fuck?
paintbrush.
He said it says Crayola.
It says
I'd be
Crayola
really suspicious if it's a blue or red crayon. They'd
Only
be like,
brand
who
I
the fuck
use is
this?
Crayola.
Crayola.
with a K.
Number 2.
He said I use a marker, Uncle. And guess what? It's scented.
It's unscented. I don't need that bullshit.
Scented.
Scented.
He said my crayons came with the built-in sharpener, Uncle. Shows you what you know.
And I had 164 colors. 5 different blues.
I can write a lot of
8
things.
different reds.
8 different reds.
I can write a lot of these. It might not be spelled right, but I can write it.
You don't even know.
John,
all
you're
the
an idiot.
reds. Name all 8 reds.
Red. Red 2. Red 3. Red 4.
Well, that was up to 4. I thought he said
Red
there's
5,
6.
6,
Mix
7,
the reds together and you get the
There's
other one.
magenta.
Magenta.
Hey, you mix 4 and 2 together, you get
Candy
6.
apple.
I believe that's the formula for what water tower, right? Take
Mag-
the blue 55 and take the red
Well-
52.
Yeah, those are food
fucking-
colorings.
Well, I think Crayon guys are the same way. They don't just say, "Hey, take that mustard yellow right there and throw that in there." Now take that little peel yellow and throw that in there.
Whoa.
He said, Uncle, remember when we did Easter eggs?
We don't believe in
Magenta.
that
We
Easter
put a
shit.
wello. Oh, it's yellow.
It's Wello. It's
Wello.
Bello.
We got a wello.
We got Wello.
That's why they got the stickers, so he had to eat a little easier. just
No, he
throw
still
the
said
sticker-
Wello.
I was like, it's Bello because it's blue and yellow.
There's blue. Yeah.
Durr.
Hey, remember we said, he said, Mom, can I get some Goyard?
You guys don't like Gogurt?
He just recently started saying it right, everybody. Just so you know.
Yeah, just so you know.
You guys don't like Gogurt?
Before it was Goyard.
No, we don't like Goyard. I mean, I'm not a
Yogurt?
big fan of the
You thought it was
yogurt, but
U-turn or
You look
something
like
said
you're
on
not
the
a big fan of
package.
health.
I'm not a really big fan of health,
You
dude.
got a
Yeah, you
fat
don't
guy,
look too
like a
healthy, man.
diabetic.
No, I
Oh, but you draw the line at any sugary candy. But high fructose corn syrup, just
I draw the line
shoot
at
it right in
candy.
your veins.
But
I have
yeah,
diabetes, but yeah, I'm gonna drink this Pepsi.
Hey, but who do you think
but I'm gonna drink
more
this high
unhealthy, him or
fructose
that dog?
Pepsi.
Your dog doesn't look too healthy either.
That's
We're
that's
both.
a race
Hey,
to
G
I
death.
think
Money,
we're
what do
both
you
in
think?
tip-top shape.
The cat, I just throw him outside.
Pristine.
Huh, G Money, what do you think?
You're
Who's
in
in better
mint
health? Look at, he's looking for what tool? Look at.
You're in mint condition.
I wouldn't say I'm in mint condition, but
You look like you're
I'm
out
not
of
in bad condition.
Hey, what this guy having a flashback? Look at.
You could use a
I
tuna.
don't
I
think
could use a
I
tune
don't
up
think
here.
you'd be a new edition.
No, I couldn't be. Hey, man, is this dude literally over
Hey,
there
hey, look at-
queefing?
Hey, watch Uncle CT. I think he's going through a fight in his head or something because he's going around.
That
Uncle
guy?
CT, watch. He started kicking.
Oh, that guy's
You ever
over
tell the story
there.
when he tried to fight the Karate Kid at an autograph signing?
Gary,
Ralph Macchiano or
Yeah. He said throw a punch. No. Come on, Ralph.
he tried to fight the Karate Kid. At him.
Man, come on,
He's
Gary.
like, I'm a fucking badass.
I'm a black belt.
I'm a black belt.
He's like, well, I got my belt from the studio, sir.
Jeez.
Hey, my brother borrowed it. His pants were falling down.
All right.
His gi wasn't out today.
Handle all this.
So,
You look like Ralph Macchio's step double.
again,
Just
should
the
I
one-
we?
heard your name.
So,
Did you see his
Shit
eyes?
himself. I heard your
You
name.
see
I
his
just
eyes?
shat myself. Next check his drawers.
He rolled his eyes.
So we'd like to thank everyone
Go
for
do
tuning
some
in
drugs or
again
something. Go make
for
yourself
another
normal.
insightful
I just like to
buffoonery.
know how come this guy always shut the show down or what? Like
well,
nobody
I,
else?
I give him the signal. Would you like to do it?
would you
what
like
kind
to
of
do-
signal is that? Like 3
Yes,
blinks
wrap
or
it up.
what?
I just do this.
Oh, you guys got your own language?
Well, no, this,
What is
Yeah,
7
they-
blinks?
I think this is
mean?
like the universal word or the universal
No,
hand
that's
just
signal.
blink too much.
Hey,
That
the 7
doesn't-
blinks mean he's hungry or something? 'Cause I heard you talking. He did something and then
He
you were
does
like,
have 9 blinks.
Mijo, I'll get your food. Hold on.
What does that mean? Wrap it up?
That means wrap it up.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, normally that's. What
Are you sure? I bet somewhere else it probably means something way different.
Speaking of wrapping it up,
Oh, like surround the building.
Put the lube in the hole.
didn't you have a
put the
fiance?
lube in the
then?
hole.
No.
Fuck you, Dad. Don't you got some fucking kids to abandon or something? Get out of here.
He's
Fucking
like, I
dick.
abandoned him just like that Dodge Evolution.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I tried that and to
Jerk.
see the effect it had on him. I'm not doing that again.
This time's gonna be different.
yeah.
He's like, Blue's gonna get every toy he wants. He
Yeah.
says Target.
I'm
We're
going to
going.
make better people for society.
man, did-
There you go.
Hey, didn't you just have a little son that you thought was gonna only be able to speak in hieroglyphs? Huh?
Y'all can't even see hieroglyphs. She's looking at it.
No, I didn't. But he did
But
say,
he
meh, meh.
He said,
Mac.
hey, I said, Anthony, I said, what do you want to eat? He goes, wee-oo, wee-oo.
That's what you're talking about. You're like, so how the car actually go over there? Then the car said boom, bap. Then the ambulance said wee, wee.
That was during the
was a
litigation
definition
for
with
the
like-
car.
My dad was like, that means he wants cheese
Our
and
lawyer
pretzel.
literally said,
He wants cheese and salami.
And he
Yeah.
did say that, but he meant he wanted this car racetrack.
our
Oh,
lawyer
okay.
literally gave us one rule.
No,
Don't
that
look
was-
like jackasses.
Pow, pow.
And you just broke that rule right at the start.
Oh, really?
Then I came in and he said, wow, you're so professional. Why can't
You
you
were quite the
fucking-"
professional.
He's like, why can't your uncle just act like you instead of giving
But that
a
guy was a
story?"
dick also, John.
No, he was just trying to be a professional.
But
'cause
you
knew
do come
kinda-
off as a professional,
It's the way to be,
victim
sir.
of an
Hey,
accident.
he does look like he'd own a store that charged like double or triple the prices.
I
when it-
tried
like
double.
epidemic.
You do look like you would
Huh?
own a
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck
what do you
yeah.
call those stores in New York? The
A bodega?
A bodega.
A bodega.
He looked like
I
he'd
would
own a
own five of them.
bathhouse.
You look like you own. You look like you run a bodega.
I actually run that spot that Robert Kraft got busted at. But I can't.
That
say
wasn't a
much.
bodega.
Yeah,
I
might
can't
not
say
be
much
associated
more.
with that either.
Why not? He's a great fucking owner.
Who likes to participate in nefarious things?
Don't every owner like to participate in nefarious things?
Yeah, but some don't get caught.
Oh, they all get caught.
Hey, John said the
So,
building said message
On this
center.
note of what NFL owners like to do, we're gonna wrap it
I
up.
hate to be Jerry Jones though.
So
God, he has a mess to clean up in Texas all the time.
yes, he does. So don't forget to go down to Patches Catering. Check out the links below.
Now, is this Patches
we
on
like to
Houlihan?
thank.
What was today's special?
I think it was tacos and salad.
Tossed
No,
salad.
what was it?
Tossed salad.
What did
It was
they make
tossed
today?
salad.
I think today's specials were tacos
No,
and burritos.
it was a classic old favorite of mixed
and rice and steak.
steak with veggies and rice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Steak,
prison
veggies,
menu.
and rice.
There you go.
That sounds like a prison menu.
with a gravy, with a roux.
Oh, really?
So
Man,
is that-
Patches
is that-
is fancy. Huh?
He is
that a
very
fancy word for
fancy.
saying gravy? A roux.
You're right.
Spell
So
roux.
R-U-E. Fuck you, sir.
So again, check out the links below.
Can you
And
see it,
this
Rue?
is Insightful Buffoonery. We're out.
He said, "Can you see, Rue?"